The defense had a lot of roster configuration attention this offseason. How are things looking so far early on into training camp? Alongside Darren Urban, I'm Dani Sureck. This is Camp Credentials presented by Desert Financial. Big news on the first day of training camp, Darren. Rookie defensive lineman Walter Nolan III placed on the physically unable to perform list, battling a new calf injury. All head coach Jonathan Gannon knew at the time the announcement was that Nolan will miss some time. What are the restrictions being on PUP?
Well, when you're on PUP, you can't practice. Now, if you've got a calf injury and you can't practice anyways, it's kind of a moot point. But the point of PUP is, if it becomes a problem later, you have more roster flexibility. In the meantime, you stay on PUP until you can practice. Now, the hope, obviously, is that Nolan will be able to practice sometime during training camp, but we don't know. There's been national reports that says this is going to be a little bit of time. We saw what happened with Darius Robinson last year. So the key for Nolan right now is to get healthy. And if that takes all of training camp, it takes all of training camp. It's the one good thing about having such a deep defensive line.
The rookie can still be involved in meetings as well. The defensive line, in addition to Nolan, was beefed up this offseason. Some veteran experience in Calais Campbell, Dalvin Tomlinson, LJ Collier, paired with some youthful disruption, Darius Robinson, Dante Stills. What has that group shown early on in training camp?
Well, I mean, it's early. I think ultimately what is key about that group is just, again, how deep they are. I have no doubt that most of those veterans are going to be able to continue to play at the level that they have in the past. I think they've proven themselves. Yes, we got to see more from Darius Robinson, of course, but I think what he showed last year in training camp was a big deal, and I think he will get back to that level. So when you start talking about adding that into all these other guys who have played, you know, Justin Jones was telling me the other day how anxious he was to play again after missing almost all of last year.
A lot of depth in that room, especially with a position room that relies heavily on a rotation. One question that was answered early on into training camp, who's going to be calling the defense? It's linebacker Mack Wilson Sr. wearing the green dot, QB of the defense for the first time in his career as a pro.
Didn't he sound more excited to you, Dani,
than
you would
He said he's been having fun with it.
I'm like, I thought that was a little, not odd, but it was kind of cool for a guy who's never done it before. Like, he was almost giddy that he was getting to get this job right now. And, you know, Jonathan Gannon said, look, it's something they've thought about. After Kaiser White left, who was going to be calling those plays? It made sense that Mack Wilson was going to be that guy. I think Nick Rallis likes to do a lot of different things. I think one of the things he likes to do is maybe only having one inside linebacker on the field at times because he likes to use so many secondary pieces. And I thought Mack Wilson played very well last year. I'll be interested to see him in this new role.
One other position room on the defense that has a lot of competition right now, cornerbacks room. That's a very young room, very highly competitive.
I think in the end, when you spend second-round picks in back-to-back years, those are the guys you eventually want as your starting outside cornerbacks. They took Will Johnson this year. They took Max Melton last year. Garrett Williams has already proven himself as a slot corner. There is going to be competition, but I will say that all things being equal, I'd be a little bit surprised if it's not Will Johnson, Max Melton, and Garrett Williams who are your top three cornerbacks this season.
No roles defined yet. That's what training camp is all about. We will continue to have coverage throughout camp, so stay locked in on azcardinals.com.